Hello, my name is Joseph Hearn, and I'd like to share some tips about cutting your own hair. I learned how to cut hair 16 years ago in the seminary, and I've done 2,400 haircuts. I've been cutting my own hair exclusively for the past 7 years, and so here are some tips. First, you are going to need two mirrors. So, what I like to use is I have my bathroom mirror, and as you can see, this phone sort of works as a mirror even. If you don't have two mirrors, you could even use a phone because I can see the back of my head this way. But I like to use, so I hold this other mirror while I'm cutting my hair. It's a little bit bigger than a phone, so it's convenient. I also recently got this as like a white elephant gift, and I haven't used this to cut my hair, but something like this might work too. Um, so normally you are going to want to use a machine. I have this kit from Wall that I've got 7 years ago. It has different attachments. I like to start with the three, and then two, and then one. To do the sides, the back and sides first, and then do the top afterwards. If you have straight hair, then it's easier to notice what you need to cut, but also easier to notice what any mistakes. If you have curly hair, it's harder to notice what you still need to cut, so you have to remember it. But it's also the advantage is it's hard to notice any mistakes. And wavy hair in between. I have wavy hair. Looks kind of curly right now, but as it gets shorter, it straightens out. So when you cut hair with these different numbers, if you were to just go up to a certain level and then pull away, you would get a sort of staircase type of effect, which we don't want. We want something smooth. We want to have a smoother cut. So in order to do that, when you this would be with some attachment on. I'll go ahead and put this attachment on here just for this. So I've got the number 3 on here. When I go, I'm going to want to pull, instead of just pulling away like that, pull away upward, so you're still cutting a little bit of hair, but not right against the head. And so that'll give a smoother fade, which is what you want. So I'm about to get started, but before I do, I wanted to share that I bring outside of the bathroom where I'm going to cut my hair, I bring my vacuum cleaner and a broom, just so that when I want to clean up afterwards, I don't have to like walk across my apartment and let my hair fall all over the place to get these, just to have them ready before you get started. So I have this backwards cape that I use to shield myself from all the little hairs. If you don't have one of these, then you could use a towel or something that you'll want to throw in the laundry after. But this is nice because the hair brushes off of this pretty easily. So I'm going to get started with the number 3. I like to look at the mirror that I'm holding instead of the one that's on the wall. So here we go. I like to start right in the middle, so I can see, right now I can see the back of my head. And just want to, you can go over this as many times as you want. One other thing about cutting your own hair is you are going to have to use both hands. So I spin this way so the cord doesn't tangle me up, and then gotta use my left hand for this. It helps to be a little bit ambidextrous. Your motion in the mirror is always going to be the opposite direction as you think at first, but you get used to it. And then around the ears, for the number 3, unless your hair is extremely straight, you can go all the way like level with your head around the ears like that. I realized different sets may have different measurements for their attachments. So this number 3 that I just used is 3/8 of an inch, 10 millimeters. It says, gives also the metric on here. The number 2, I'm about to do this one, 1/4 of an inch or 6 millimeters. And after that, I'll be passing to the number 1, which is 1/8 of an inch, 3 millimeters. With the number 2, you're going to want to go about halfway up what you did before with the number 3. Remember, when you pull away, to still be pulling up, going up a little bit more, so that you're still cutting, so in the end it'll be a little bit more than halfway, but you start to pull away when you're halfway up. Going around the ears with the number 2, I like to have it so it's about halfway. The bottom half will be against the skin, and the top half will be a little bit lifted up so that you're getting some of it. All right, now I'm going to use the number 1. And with this, you want to just get a little bit of above the hairline, not much. You're just sort of like rounding the edge. You want to get like maybe the hairs on your neck a little bit with this. And then around the ears, you just barely the tip of it will get the hair around your ears. You're holding this mostly away from your hair. Can go both directions, but you'll cut the most hair when you're going against the direction of your hair. So after you've done the sides and back, the next thing to do is just to do the top. I like to start from the front and go backwards. I cut my hair normally just with the clipper, not with any scissors. But if you have straighter hair, then you are going to want to use scissors and a comb. There are 2 different ways to hold this. So you'll hold scissors. I like to use my thumb and middle finger, but you could use your index finger too. And I hold my comb then with like this, the other 2 fingers against my palm. Another way to hold it, that I don't use this, but I've seen this before, is in between these 2 fingers. I like to do it holding it like this. It's a little bit firmer, I find, and you could just cut across like that, and then you move back a little bit further like that. And you can go all the way back, and then each side a little bit, and then you can sort of go around. That's sort of the strategy for the top. Instead, when I do my top, since my hair is wavy enough, I'll use the number 8, which is the highest I have, but it's still the right one for me. The number 8 is 1 inch or 25 millimeters here. So here I don't even need the mirror right now because this is going to be the maximum length. I do like to watch out. My hair sticks up a little bit in the back if I make it this short. So when I get to the back where my colic is, then I'm going to not go right against my head, but I'll lift this up a little bit. But could just go straight back. here I'm getting the majority of my hair. And right now I'm not approaching that cowlick in the back right now. I'm going most of the way there, just getting the majority of my hair. And I'll want to go different directions to make sure I get it. Getting the back. You'll want to go over all of your hair like this maybe a few times just to make sure you get it all the same level. So now we've done the majority of the haircut. We have a certain length on top, and we've done the sides. So now we have to tie the two together by blending in the sides with the top. So I start this with the number 4, and then if I need to, I'll use a number 6. But with the number 4, I am going to be going like straight up. Straight up then. I'll go just a little bit higher than the 3 with this against my head, and then I'm going to lift away. And remember, we want this to blend in smoothly. So you need a little bit of a follow through, just like on a basketball shot. You can go over it many times. Number 4, by the way, was 1/2 inch or 13 millimeters. I am going to use the number 6 for more blending in. This is 3/4 inch or 19 millimeters. So I'm going to do the same motion as the number 4 with this. It's just going to go up a little bit higher. The last part then is just without any attachments on. This will be the borderline between, the hair and where you don't want to have hair. So it's got to go around the ears. That's one of the steps here. I don't use a mirror. I mean, I only use the bathroom mirror for this part, and I just I know where my ears are, so just kind of do that. And try to make this sort of rounded. For the back, though, I will want to use another mirror. I don't want to go right up to where the line is as I can see it, but stay just a little bit away from it, just because I don't want it to look like it's chopped off. You are going to want to get your neck also with with this off. So just to make sure you don't have any runaway hairs on the neck. And I always like to take a shower right after I cut my hair. I find it easier to clean up that way. And then after you shower, you can comb your hair however you want to do it. They say that the difference between a good haircut and a bad haircut is 2 weeks. After I finished, I swept and then I vacuumed and then I showered, and I'm going to vacuum again just to have that in mind. You may want to do something similar. So I hope that helps you with your endeavors to cut your own hair. I'd like to thank my wife for helping me film. And if you have any other questions, feel free to drop a comment and I will try to respond to as many as I can. Thank you. Have a nice day. Goodbye.